Hey, how's it going there, you old pal Jim, super picker flipping duo? We are going to do another sales update video for the third week in March. And it was a slow weekend. We had a soccer tournament, so we didn't really hang out around the house. We didn't do a whole lot of sourcing last week, so our sales were down. We were expected to be down because we were not around. So we did do some sourcing this weekend, and this week has rebounded, which is expected. So nothing shocking here for us, but yeah, our numbers are down this weekend. So not a whole lot to go through. Only 20 something items sold this weekend. So anytime you're less than 10 a day for us over the weekend, especially, that's slow. Usually we're up around between 40 and 50 for the weekend. So I think we're at like 22 or 23 for the weekend. So yeah, let's jump into it. But before we do that, again, my name is Jim. I've been selling on eBay for coming up on 14 years now. So we sell anything and everything. We sell clothes, we sell kitchen stuff, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, pots and pans. We sell board games. We sell a lot of board games, a lot of toys, electronics, anything you can think of, we sell it. We try to keep our scope as broad as possible to leave the thrift stores and yard sales with as much as we can. So I'm here to help. I'm here to entertain a bit when I can. And hopefully you guys enjoy the ride. So let's jump into what we sold, and you guys can keep an eye out for this kind of stuff if that's what you're into. So let's see what we did for this past weekend. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started with some game pieces. We sold Disney Princess Enchanted Cupcake Party game replacement pieces. I think we sold a Tiana cupcake and a Pocahontas cupcake. $5.62 a piece, $5 shipping on the first one, and then $1 shipping on the second one. Our total here was $11.24 plus the $6, $8.92 total profit after fees, and $4.88 shipping. This is my lead picture is just the game and then game pieces on the bottom. And then I've got all of my, you get the card and then the cupcake. So that's that. And of course the two that I sold are not here. So, cause they've been sold. So this is a variation listing. That's how I'm doing all of my game pieces to cut down on my listings. Because I am running kind of close and I don't want to clog up listings with this kind of low end stuff, right? So I'll just, this is the game, this is the pieces that I have. As I get more pieces, I'll just add it to this listing. So this listing will just be a constant, and all my other game pieces listing will just be a constant, and I'll just add, you know, new pictures and then the variation. Or if I get like another Tiana cupcake, just, you know, repicture it with that same variation. So, but you can see here, like the Tiana and the Pocahontas is out of stock. But if somebody wants a Snow White, boom, there it is. So yeah, we sold two of those, and this customer came back and asked if we had an Elsa, which was not part of this game. It's part of a different game. So same game, just newer version. So we do not. So that's something that I'll have to, we may have the newer version with Elsa. I'll have to see if we do, and then create a listing for that, and then put all of those cupcakes up as well. Next up, we've got this Cuisinart DLC 10 Amber Work Bowl food processor, 7-cup replacement. Sold it for $36, free shipping, $6.83 to ship it, minus all of my other fees. Put $3.50 as my cost of goods, because I think I paid like $12 or $15 for the whole food processor. Might not have even been that much. 1885 is my total profit. So, so these guys, these work bowls are doing fantastic. We sell a bunch of them. So this one's not even perfect. And I'm taking pictures of, don't be afraid of the flaws. When you're taking pictures of this kind of stuff and you're honest about the condition, you can still get good money. Like the last one of these I sold was $30. This one had a flaw and I still sold it for more than one that was pretty much flawless. So, yeah, so don't be afraid to picture the flaws. Don't hide them, because that's asking for a return. Don't throw it out, because even though it's got a small scratch, it's still usable. You can still use it. The person that's replacing this probably has a full crack that can't hold the liquid in it anymore. So they need to replace it, and probably want it sooner than later, and I can provide that for them. So someone, whatever the case is, don't be afraid to list something that's slightly flawed, because you will still get decent money for it. So next up is this Safeguard antibacterial soap. Not something I bought to sell on eBay. Something I bought to sell on, I think it was Walmart. And yeah, I'm not selling there. So sold this for $22.50 free shipping. $8.38 to ship it. I made $3.76. I'm just trying to get my money back and not have 800 bars of soap laying around. Next up on this list is this Bob Orton wrestling figure. We had to cancel that order because I can't find it. But we've got this Infinity Pro Conair hot roller set, hair roller set. And yes, sold this. I don't think I sold it for $28.50. Sold it for $26. Cost me $6.83 to ship it. My buy cost was $6, so I made $8.21, which is still, it's more than 100% return on investment. I would like to get, closer to 12, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? So when somebody offers you $26 and you decline it, you really look like a jerk. So, you just either not have best offer on that kind of thing, or just deal with it and take the $1.50 off and, settle for $8.21 instead of, closer to 10. So that's what I did. Next up, Vintage Pictionary First Edition. We sell these all the time. They're slowing down though. This one took over a month to sell. I had it listed at $30 because I saw that the sales were slowing. So I was like, okay, $33.75 is not really, it's probably achievable, but I don't want to hold on to it that long. I think I have 6 of them waiting to list. So, and I don't want to do a quantity listing and say that I have 6 available, because the conditions are different. The filler paper, the pads, there might be different quantities of those. The pencils might have different, different sizes, different use out of those. The box condition might be different. So I want to be as honest as possible with the people that are receiving these games, and not say, this is the pictures of the best game that I have. I have 6 of them available, and then now everybody's expecting to get the best one, right? So I want to be as honest as possible with the people that are buying this stuff. So this one cost me $10.70 to ship it. I think it went to Texas. And it cost me $4. That's what I'm putting on most of my games now. $9.53 total profits. Not too terrible. Let me get this one out of here. And there it is. So yeah, this one, doesn't have all the right pencils. So we had to replace some pencils. Lots of paper though, which is pretty tough to come by. So yeah, so in a case like that, like, you know, that's why you don't want to picture one with all the blue pencils, you know, because if these people are collecting this stuff, right? They are probably playing it as well, but they're collecting it. They want it for their collection. So they want the original pencils. You know, they may not even use them. If they're playing the game, they're probably going to pull out, you know, a pen, like a bunch of pens for their friends or whatever, and not use the pencils. So they may not even use the pads. Like they may just give everybody a notebook. Who knows, right? Like that's not up to me, but I want to make sure that they know exactly what they're getting. So next up, we've got this Game of Life 2002. We did sell this for $26.25, free shipping. Cost us $9.53 to ship it, so we only made $7.62 profit after a $4 buy cost. And again, I mean, we were selling these $28.50 to $30. Had to come down a bit because this is the time of year where board games are they're not moving as fast, you know. We ship board games out daily, but it's just a matter of, you know, the volume just isn't there. You know, we're not shipping out this 2002 Game of Life every single day. Like over, you know, fourth quarter, you know, late November into Christmas time, we're probably, as soon as we list one, it's selling. Not so much the case late March. So. And we've got this Lady Beat Bow or Beat Bell. This is the DLX. This is the second version. Harder to find, so it does command a bit more. Although the Lady Beat Bell does not command as much as the Beat Bow. Beat Bow in this the DLX gets probably about $40, 40 to 45. Beat Bell gets, I mean, $33.75 is what I sold it for. So only cost me $6.34 to ship it though, so that was nice. Paid $3 for it, that was nice too. Let's be honest. $17.94 is my total profit there, so that was a good deal. That was a really nice sale. Again, not, you know, there's a few you know, like just right on the eye there, right in the middle of the face here, like, you know, just that kind of stuff you just want to show. Just, this is what you're getting, you know. And I did discount it a bit. Like I would have, if it was clean, I probably would have put it up for like 35, right? But now they could probably take a Mr. Clean to it and, you know, get a little bit of that scuff off, but I'm not taking the chance of smearing it worse. If they want to do that, then they could do that. Take some OxyClean to it, or I don't know. But it's theirs now. They could do what they want with it. So next up, we've got these two Temptations by Terra Polka Dot casserole, black and white serving dishes with the trivet. It's under there. You can just, there you go. You can see it there. The trivet is still wrapped. I don't know if I even pictured it. I don't think I did. I don't know. Things are moving slow. My internet's been up and down all day because they're working on stuff out on the road. But we bought these for $8, $4 a piece. Took over a month, but I did get $41.25 for them. So sold them as a pair. Cost me $11.21 to ship it. Still made a profit of $14.26. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Temptations stuff takes a while to sell. So it's not hot off the shelves like it used to be. So keep that in mind when you're out there buying. We skip a lot of it now. We're seeing a bunch of it and we're just not picking it up so much. It's got to be pretty cheap. Next up is this VTech V-Smile controller with one controller, 4 games. It is the microphone unit, which tends to get a bit more. Sold this for $67.50, I believe. Yep, $67.50. Free shipping. Only cost me $8.71 to ship it. Put $10 buy cost on it. This came in a box of just VTech, VSmile stuff. This unit, a couple of controllers, a couple of like VSmile V-Motion controllers, a pad of some kind, just a bunch of stuff. So I paid 20 bucks for the whole box. I put half of that cost into this because this is what I was really going for. $36.45 is my total profit, so that pays, this more than pays for the whole thing. So now this is missing a cover here. So if I had that cover, this is probably a $80, $85 set here. So always discount, you know, don't ask top dollar for stuff that isn't top dollar worthy. Like, I'm being real with the people that might be looking at this listing and saying, I know that the lid is missing. You know, I think I even put it in my description. Nice shape, however, missing lid. I put out the games that it's missing, so it is. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like, physically, it's in nice shape. There's no scuffs, there's no scrapes. You know, it's clean, but there's no lid. So it's going to cost you probably about 15 bucks to get a lid. So I'm going to discount that to allow you to then buy a lid, because I can buy a lid and then wait for it to come in and then pop it on there and then sell it, or I could just sell it to you and list it right away, and then you go and get your own damn lid, right? So that's where I'm at there. Next up is a pair of Levi's, gray, size 29, skinny, straight, stretch, high rise, 29 inch. I don't know. They're pants. What do you want from me? Sold them for $20.25. $20.25. Probably too low. Definitely too low. I sold these cheap. Cost me $8.65 to ship it, so that killed me. Paid $4 for them on sale. Only made $3.57 profit. So that's not good. Not good. Only took 3 days to sell because I priced them too low. Should have put them up for like $30 to $33 probably. Then put them on sale. But lesson learned. I don't know. I was thinking they're ladies' jeans, and even on the smaller side at that, so it's not going to cost that much to ship, but it still went over 2 pounds. So, or it went over a pound into 2 pound range. So, yep. So we made money, just not as much as I would like. So, and folks, on your clothes, always include the measurements. The picture's not going to load because my internet sucks, but yeah, you get the idea. Put your measurements in your pictures. It helps. Next up on Poshmark, we sold this Vidal Sassoon hair setter. Very vintage. You can tell by the amber lid there. Not a popular item. Definitely not. Sold this guy for 20 bucks. They took their $4 in fees. I paid $6 for it. I made $10. Right? I don't have to worry about shipping because Poshmark deals with all of that. And thankfully this didn't go over 5 pounds, because I would have had to pay another $5 and that would have sucked. So, yeah, I mean, it's just an old hair curler set, and I don't know why older ones sell compared to more modern, but they do. Ladies like the old stuff. I don't know if it gives a better curl. I don't know if that's even a thing. I mean, look at this. This is what I deal with I'm not curling this, I don't even brush it really. I wake up, I shower, I go, yeah, I'm good. And then I throw on a hat. That's the extent of my hair care routine, right? So I have no idea. I just know that they sell. So when I'm in the store and I see one, even stuff that I sold before, I still look up the model number. Like I don't retain this information. Yeah, they sell. Next up, this Pampered Chef can strainer, brand new, in the old bag there. Sold it for $15, free shipping. Cost me $5.30 to ship it. Paid $1 for it. So $5.67 is what we made. Profits on this can strainer Pampered Chef, guys. Now, $5.67, you're not going to build an empire on that, right? But if you're in the store already, you might as well, right? Like you're in the store, you see it there, throw it in your cart for $1. Take it home, take 2 pictures. There's no prep, right? You're just taking it out of your bag or whatever you're using to carry it into your workspace, taking it out of the bag, putting it into your picture area. Picture 1, picture 2, done. Then you list it. Like it's super simple. And then shipping it, super simple for $5, like 2 minutes worth of work, maybe, right? So you might as well. All right, next up, this vintage Echo Flint Best. It says Best on the handle. I think that's why it's on there. Aqua turquoise manual egg beater mixer. There's the Flint arrowhead. MCM, it's a rare color. It's a cool looking piece, even if you're just going to display it, right? So sold this for $20. Took a best offer. $20, had it up for $22.50. Cost me $7.12 to ship it because I did put it in a box and all of that. We shipped it carefully. Paid $3 for it, made $5.89. So I was thinking when I saw this in the thrift, and I did not look it up or anything like that to see, if I was gonna make, a fortune on it. I knew I wasn't. What the comps were or anything like that. I just knew at $3 I was gonna make money. I was hoping I would make closer to 10 to 12, maybe $15. But no such luck. Next up is this Tommy Bahama shirt. I sold a shirt. It's wrinkled really bad. It's sloppy, the pictures. It blends in with the back. Like everything about this listing sucks. The title is good. I mean, if you want to, I'm good at a title. I'm good at titles because I steal it from other sold listings. I make it my own. Don't get me wrong. But look at these pictures. They're not good. They're not. I don't spend a lot of time making my stuff look good. I just don't. I mean, look at this wrinkle job. Look at that. That's presentation, folks. Like, I almost have to try to get them that wrinkled, right? Like, look at that. Yeesh. That's terrible. That is bad. That's a bad job by me. Anyway, it's sold. It's still sold. Because you know why? I'm a human being. And human beings take pictures. And it's not AI or, some program automatically filling out this shirt, with a invisible mannequin or, what. It's just me putting it on a gray background. You know what you're getting. this is the real deal. This is what you're getting. You can iron it yourself when you get it, right? Like most people see that. And I sold this guy for $24.92, which means that this person watched it and then they got an offer about, I got it set for 3 hours after they watched something, they get an offer. And then they came back and bought it. It cost me $5.89 to ship it. My buy cost was $4. $10.22 was my total profit. So that's a decent sale for us. On clothing, how long did it take? 37 days. So that's a bit long. But I guess for clothing, that's pretty good, right? Like that's okay. Next up, we've got this original Careers board game from 1997. Sold this for $26.25. Cost me $6.34 to ship it. Paid $4 for it. $10.78 total profit. There it is. Careers. Most versions of Careers board games sell pretty decent. They may take a minute to sell because not everybody's looking for Careers. But it's a popular game depending on the year. So as you can see down here, this older one, this guy's asking $40. I don't know if I'll get that, but they do sell. And this guy, yeah, I mean $26.25. That's what I'm getting for Game of Life. So yeah, that's not bad. Only 2 weeks. I mean 14 days. That's you know. I'd like it to be 7. If I put it up for $33 and then put it on sale for $24.95, I think it is $24.75 maybe. I might have sold it in a week, but yeah, not too shabby. Next up, we got this new Kodak. I'll put the little preview image up there. Kodak BDRs. This 50-pack spindle. It is new, but the seal is broken. Sold it for $30. Shipping cost of $7.52. Bought it for $4. Total profit of $13.61. So as you can see, my lead picture is that it's not a completely sealed package, right? Because I could have pictured this as my lead and said, oh, it's completely sealed, and then they get it and they see that, right? So, or I could have just done that, right? And said, yeah, this is what you're getting. Like, yeah, it is what they're getting, but they're getting it like this. So I want to just make sure that, yes, it is new. It's new, right? It's not been used. It's not been opened, but it's not pristine. So, and even with stuff like this, like, I don't know that anybody's going to care that there's this little cut in the wrapper, but I don't want to hide it like this and not show that cut in my listing and leave myself open for a return, and in my description, brand new, broken seal, but still new and unopened. See pics. You just got to be honest. And, if you go and look up Kodak BDR 50-pack spindles or whatever, and look at comps, they don't sell very often. The last one sold for, I think, $35. So I took $5 off, and I sold it in, a week? 9 days, right? And mine wasn't pristine, and I was honest. Discounted it a little bit because I knew that they weren't moving. And there's better ones out there for, $5 more. So be honest. That's it. Next up is Legends of Zelda Ocarina of Time men's t-shirt. Size small. Sold it for $12.81. $5.27 to ship it. By cost, I put $1 because this came out of my son's closet. Profit of $4.03, which, you know what? If we were to have a yard sale, I wouldn't ask $4 for it. I'd ask $1 for it. I'd throw it on a table and be like, take all you want for $1 a piece, right? So I'm doing better than that. So always get your measurements in there. I like on graphic tees to take a close-up of the picture on the t-shirt. Then of course you got the whole t-shirt. So yep. So originally listed for $13.50. Somebody came along, put it on their watch list, and got an offer from me automatically, and they took it. So next up, this vintage Dansk Koben style turquoise enameled Dutch oven pot with lid. This is the 4-quart guy. Got $70 for this, full price. Took a while. 37 days plus shipping, $7.88 to ship it. Cost me $7.80 to ship it, so I made 8 cents. 8 cents, yeah. I don't know. Paid $6 for it, so really good deal on the buy there. $50 profit and 3 cents. $50 and 3 cents profit. Now, I hope this person went through all the pictures, right? Let's look at my description. A bit rough around the edges and inside. See pics. Okay, so you don't even have to go through the whole picture list to see this last picture inside is rough. It's probably not going to load. I'm going to wait because I feel like it's important. But you could, like, it's chipped enamel. Here it comes. The inside. All right, so the internet just kind of took a crap on me here and everything shut down. So we're going to get back into it. So looking at the inside of this pot here, yeah, it's rough, right? So again, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Now, if this was pristine, if this pot was pristine, you're looking at like $100 to $120 pot, right? So there's significant issues with it. And you could see like around the rim here, I didn't really get that enough maybe, or I might have sold quicker. But there's other issues, and I did picture the issues. Like I spend more time picturing the issues than I do picturing like the ultra clean stuff. Like when it's ultra clean and like brand new looking, I don't spend a lot of time taking pictures. But when there's stuff that I feel like I need to disclose, like that bottom is awful looking. Cleanable, yes. Not by me, but it is cleanable. And again, you just, all of this kind of stuff, and I don't think anybody's using this to cook with at this point. This is more of a display piece, maybe something just to put on a shelf in a kitchen, just to, for decor. But I guess you could re-enamel it and get it back to looking decent and usable, but that would be a lot. So, but it's a cool display piece for sure. It really is. And I really like the color of it, really do. So just be real. Be honest. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the flaws. Stuff will still sell. Next up, we've got this Psycho wooden wall clock. it worked just fine. Sold it for, I think we got to $22.50. $22.50 plus shipping, plus $11.66 shipping. Cost me $11.16 to ship it, so I made 50 cents on the shipping. Bought it for $4, so I made a profit of $12.57. And there it is, just a basic Seiko clock. Put my measurements in there because when you're putting it up on a wall, you want to make sure you got enough space, right? So, again, flaws. Picture your flaws. Little scratches, that stuff matters, right? So, yeah, put it up for $22.50 and it sold for $22.50. 37 days is, clocks don't move super fast. They really don't. Alarm clocks sometimes, but this type of decor type of clock, wall clocks, mantle clocks, stuff like that, take a bit because you got to find the right buyer. Somebody looking for something like that to fill a space that they need filled on their wall, right? So it takes a certain somebody to find this piece and fall in love with it. So next up, we got this Monopoly Empire. This is the silver edition. Sold this for, I want to say $28.50. Yep, $28.50. Free shipping. Cost me $6.34 to ship it. Paid $3 for it. Total profit of $13.77. And there it is. It's a board game. We all know board games. And we've got this Canon F1 automatic magazine ad. We sold this for $4.97 plus $5 shipping. What I've got with my ads and my game pieces, I've got $5 shipping plus $1 for each additional. So they could buy, like with those game pieces, the first item I showed. You buy 2 game pieces, you get $5 for the first item shipped, $1 for the second item shipped. If you buy a third one, it's $1 for that one. So, yeah, so it cost me $5 to ship it. So I only made $3.38 on this item. I put my cogs at a penny because I've got probably 1,000 ads. And I paid probably $10 for them. So my buy cost is virtually nothing, except my time, which I don't, I like looking at vintage ads just to see, not so much this one, right? Like it's a monkey. I can go to the zoo and take a picture of a monkey. But like the vintage car ads, vintage household ads, like looking at like fashion of that time, looking at decor of that time, household decor, car stuff of that time, like beer ads, all that kind of stuff, travel ads, is just interesting to me. Like I'm into that kind of stuff. So to go through the magazine for the ads is just something that's fun for me. So I don't mind taking the time to go through it and cutting them out and all that kind of stuff. So it's more of a hobby thing. Definitely you're not going to get rich doing this kind of thing, but it's just fun. It breaks up the monotony, right? So, and last, we've got this Starbucks mug, this Japanese cherry blossom floral red Asian flower Starbucks mug from 2008. Sold it for $13 on Poshmark. We've had it a while. 36 days on Poshmark, but we had it before that on eBay. Sold it for $13. They took their $2.95. I paid $2 for it, $8.05 profit. So that, for a mug, that's good, right? Like, that's good for a board game, so why not for a mug, right? All right, let's get into some numbers. Numbers. So this weekend, like I said, I'm going to adjust myself here. Hang on. So total revenue is only $744.23. Total profit's only $337.74. That's a slow weekend, right? It's about half of what we did last weekend. Slow. we knew it was going to be slow, right? Like we knew because we had the soccer tournament. We knew because we weren't really sourcing last week. We were just kind of taking it easy, that this was how this weekend was going to go. We prepared for it. Yeah, so that was this weekend. Our sell-through rate is low because we just have a bunch of stuff listed and we didn't sell through it, because we didn't list anything new. Now, if we had listed stuff, then we would have sold through more. That sell-through rate would have gone up. But selling through your old stuff is very difficult to do, right? Because that's really the stuff that maybe you shouldn't have bought in the first place, or you're just waiting for that right buyer. So it just kind of kills your sell-through rate. So, and that's not the end of the world either, right? So you're just waiting for that person. Next up is our week. Week wasn't bad. 1887.21, total profit of $800 and 808.80. Only listed 134 units, which is down a bit from last week. Sold 71 units, which is down a bit from last week. Yeah, just like I said, we were taking it easy. And this shows that. It really does. And even still this week, like, we're still not out of that take it easy mindset. We're still having trouble getting things back going again, which is really tough when you're self-employed and like you don't have a boss saying, do this, do that, you know. You don't have a job to do when you go to work. Like, we have a job to do. We have stuff to do, but we have nobody saying, get it done. You know, I used to work in call centers. I used to work in sales. Like, I don't have a customer coming to my house saying, I want to buy this, and then I have to help them, right? Like, it's up to me to put the product out there for the customer to buy it in inner space, right? In wherever land. But I have to initiate that purchase, right? Like, the customer isn't coming to me saying, do you have this? Like, I have to put it out there. I have this for sale. So it's tough to get back into that mode when you've spent a week not in that mode, you know? And that's whether you stay at home like we did, or whether you go on vacation, whatever you do, and you just get back into work mode. It takes a minute to kind of get things going again, right? So this is our monthly numbers. Monthly revenues $75.69.97. Total profit $33.62.92. So again, we're a bit down, and we've got some catching up to do. We really do. Here's my spreadsheet. This last week we have to get to 24. We have to make 2430.03 in sales for this last week. That's going to be tough to hit $10,000 in gross sales. That's going to be tough. Doable, yes, but I really have to kick my own ass now this week for the rest of this week. It's Wednesday. Like, I have to kick my own ass and tell myself to get going and get moving and list and picture and do all the things that I took a break from. Like, I just have to remind myself I'm not on that break anymore, you know, and get to it. So let's do that. Let's get to it. So, but as you can see, like, but from my week 1 32.55 to week 3, 18.87. It's been a slow decline this month. So we need week 4 to rebound like to week 2 levels. And I don't know that that's going to happen. Might be close. We'll see. We shall see. So that's all we got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And we will catch you next time.